Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And I got to start with this from Michael Branch. Crypto trader James Nguyen invests heavily in XRP, calling it a potential revolution for global banking systems after exiting leverage trading. And the first reply is sick of losing money. That's why most people choose XRP. And I'll be 100% honest with all of you. That's what brought me to XRP originally. Back in 2018, I was chasing meme coins, listening to all these YouTube guys hyping up this coin and that coin. Invest now, you'll be rich within 30 days. It's going to pull 1,000x. And what it actually did was do a rug pull, and I lost money. Then I started looking at XRP. And back then, it took vision to see where XRP was going. But once you see it, you cannot unsee it. In other words, once you realize what XRP is built to do, you have to have this cryptocurrency. And today, that vision is playing out in real time right now. On Friday, Nguyen posted on X that he had spent the previous 24 hours going down the rabbit hole of XRP and decided to invest a significant portion of his funds into the token. The trader encouraged his followers to educate him on both the pros and cons of the investment as part of his ongoing learning process in crypto. He says, whether you are Team XRP or not, I want everyone to educate me on pros and cons. And if you don't know who James Nguyen is, he got liquidated multiple times in Bitcoin earlier this year. Finally, he realized that he has to invest into something solid, something that's going to give him a great return on investment. And he found XRP. This comes from Vincent Van Code. Don't you just love how maxis slip in Bitcoin whenever crypto is mentioned? He said, make America the crypto capital. No mention of Bitcoin. Why do they have to try so hard to convince everyone that Bitcoin is so good? I think you know the answer. The bigger the sell, the bigger the lie. XRP sells itself. I just present the facts, and people are clever on its potential. No need to fill your head with philosophical garbage. Thank you for your attention. I hate the fact that they try to separate Bitcoin from the rest of the crypto space like it's something special. And they always cite scarcity. There's only 21 million coins. Well, guess what? QNT, there's only a little over 14 million coins, meaning that there's less QNT than there is Bitcoin. But here's the difference. QNT actually has utility. Bitcoin doesn't. We're going to see scarcity for XRP, but XRP has something other than scarcity. It has utility. You know, scarcity, in my opinion, is not a use case. It's just something that's going to push up the price of a cryptocurrency. But when it can't be used in the real world to solve any real world problems, it eventually becomes irrelevant. XRP burn rate has surged substantially, signaling an important change in market structure as price leads daily gainers. Now, I never relied on the XRP burn rate to get us to high prices on XRP. I think the high prices are going to come by these companies locking away XRP for long periods of time. Also, those liquidity pools that are going to end up being set up in between two countries, in between a handful of banks. So whenever they need liquidity, they could draw it off of that liquidity pool when making transactions between two people, between two banks, between two countries. That's what's really going to drive the price of XRP. So Stealth says, hey Dom, what can I do with my XRP? I've gone to 15 different restaurants and stores and nobody will accept it. They keep laughing at me when I ask. He says, hold it until it reaches $1,000. Eventually the stores will accept XRP as payment. That will come with institutional adoption, which will then lead to mass adoption. All of a sudden, it'll be the big box stores first accepting crypto, like Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Best Buy, and so on. Then it will be the smaller stores starting to accept crypto, and so on. And before you know it, crypto will be accepted everywhere, like you see with Visa and MasterCard. Ripple didn't partner with a prime broker who might use XRP. They bought the prime broker and they will use XRP. You know the XRP news is good when the FUD is quiet and run out of spin. I have not heard any FUD around XRP since they created Ripple Prime, other than the 1 billion unlock coming on November 1st. But they are going to utilize XRP. Brad has told us multiple times XRP is at the heart of everything that Ripple does. 4 million XRP locked in escrow. Ripple keeps tightening supply while the demand keeps rising. You know what that means. Now, I think this might be going over to Flare. But you see these escrow locks now all of a sudden. And this is something new. We've never seen this in the past for XRP. But it's almost happening every single day now. You know that scarcity is coming to this cryptocurrency. And as it happens, the price will definitely rise. They'll ignore $2.60, then flood in at $27.59. I don't understand why nobody buys XRP when it's sitting at cheap prices. Those same people will be buying XRP when it's at $10, $20, $30, and so on. You're going to have buyers all the way up to $100. You'll have buyers at $1,000. But nobody wants it when it's going sideways. It's easier for them to hate XRP when it's going sideways or hate XRP when the price is dipping. But the second it turns green, everybody has to have it. I never understood that logic in crypto. I always tell you, treat everything in life the way you treat crypto. If you're planning to buy a house, wait until the market hits its bottom. Then you buy a house. You buy the bottom. You never buy the top. You always sell the top. But people don't get that yet. It's like nobody's interested in anything until people start making money off of it. And that time is coming very soon. Finance Coach says he'll look back at his XRP in 2030 as part of the greatest shift in humanity. It's not even going to take until 2030. I stress that more than anything. But this is going to be a massive shift. When this happens, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You're never going to get this chance ever again in your lifetime. You got to take it now. That chance is here right now. I always told people, you know, if you're going to get your family members into crypto, now's the time to do it. If not, they're going to be buying it at much, much higher prices. Anybody not stacking as much as they can right now, they're going to regret it later. And this is an industrial revolution. And these only come around here and there. And this is most likely going to be the last one in your lifetime. Everybody had the chance to invest in the internet. Everybody had a chance to invest in other industrial revolutions in the past. So many people always said after the Industrial Revolution happened, if I could go back, I would invest in this. If I could go back, I would invest in this. This is your shot right now. Don't have any regrets later. And any family member that you've talked to about crypto, you got to tell them now the door is closing. Swift confirms blockchains can be based on ISO 222. Take a listen.
One of many contributors. We are a registration authority, which means we do a lot of development work and maintenance work, but we don't own the standard. It's not restricted to the Swift network. There's a lot of market infrastructures that use ISO 222, but not using the Swift network, and a lot of institutions also use ISO internally. So it's not restricted to the Swift network. It's associated with the XML syntax, but it's syntax agnostic. So we see a lot of developments around APIs that are ISO based. We even see blockchain developments that are built on the ISO data dictionary. So whilst XML is used at the moment, predominantly it can be used in different technologies in the future as well. And really, just in a nutshell, it's a methodology for developing financial messaging standards, and it introduces this utopian world of universal financial messaging, which is what we're all striving for at the moment with both the cross-border migration and these domestic migrations that are happening in parallel.
So think about it like this. If a blockchain is ISO compliant, like Ripple is, like Stellar is, like Hedera is, XDC, QNT, HBAR, Algo, IOTA, ADA, that means within those ISO messages, they could utilize crypto. That's what makes ISO so game-changing. People don't realize that. It's so easy to say, well, ISO doesn't mention anything about crypto, or crypto cannot be ISO compliant. All that matters is the company, the blockchain, is compliant. If the blockchain's compliant, then the cryptocurrency can be utilized within those messages, making everything faster and cheaper. XRP is at $2.60 after a plus 4% day. We've seen some retail FUD across social media, indicating small wallets are selling off. During this $2 to $3 price stretch, high crowd predictions of XRP under $2 is a buy signal, and above $3 is a sell signal. Anybody selling their XRP at $3, they're going to have a hell of a lot of regrets. And all the XRP haters out there talking about selling their XRP and buying Link and so on, they're going to regret it as well. You're either holding this cryptocurrency when it blasts off, or you're going to be filled with regret. Because I'm telling you right now, XRP is going to have the best return on investment in this run. You already see the chart for it. You look at the chart. How can you not be bullish on this cryptocurrency? You look at all the big names coming to Ripple swell. How could you not be bullish on this cryptocurrency? We already know the IMF, the World Bank, the BIS, they all have talked and cited XRP multiple times in the past. Every single white paper that the BIS creates is built around RippleNet technology and XRP. They've been telling you for years that this is the cryptocurrency that's going to be utilized in the future. They said the same thing about XLM. You know what you need to be holding because we're getting closer and closer to the flip of the switch moment. ISO is going to be a bigger deal than people think. Everybody's talking about Swift and Chainlink. Let me tell you this. Ripple is building an alternative to Swift. Their alternative is way better than Swift. The 11,000 banks that use Swift, they're tired of it. They hate it. They want something new. So when you have what's new, what's better, where do you think these banks are going to end up in the future? They're going to end up using RippleNet technology and XRP, the world's bridge currency. It's just a matter of time. And until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.